Today we're going to be covering another Amazon's interview question. This is Leetcode Question number 59, Spiral Metrics Part 2. This time, uh, what we're going to be doing is basically we have been given n equals to 3, meaning we're going to have a 3 cross 3 matrix, and we're going to be creating that matrix in a spiral form, right? And then we're going to be returning the matrix. So if n is equal to 3, we're going to be saying that it's a 3 cross 3 matrix. The total number of elements are going to be 9, and the way we're going to be fill it up is going to be 1 2 3 in this direction, then down, then left, then up, and then to the right, and it's going to be a spirally filled matrix. Okay, the way it's going to work is like we need an n cross n matrix. So that would mean that when you do that, it's gonna have, let's say, if the n is equal to 3, we're gonna have a 0 0 0, just like that. So this is our result at the beginning, and the directions are, these directions have like basically four elements. One is 0 1, meaning do not add anything to the rows but to add 1 to the column. That would just mean that you are going, when you add it to the x, 0 is added to the x and y is added to 1. That means you are going in the rows, like basically you are going to the right hand side. Then we have 0 and sorry then we have 1 and 0. If this 1 is added to the x and 0 is added to the y, that means the rows are getting incremented, and basically it means you are going uh, in the downward direction. Then we have another direction, 0 and -1. Basically it means do not change the rows, but the columns are gonna come back one by one at a time. So basically it means you are going from right to left, or basically just going to the left side. Okay, and then the last one is -1 and then 0. That again means you are going in the upward direction. So we're gonna start our with the two uh, values here, next x and next y. And initially remember that we already know that if n is equal to 3, the total number of elements are gonna be 3 cross 3, which is gonna become 9. So our count is basically gonna go from 1 to 9. So the next of x is gonna start from 0, and next of y is gonna start from 0, which we did over here. And then and then basically we're gonna say that every single time we want to start with this the first direction. This is our first direction to the right hand side. Okay, we're gonna say that this is the selected direction here, right? Selected direction is gonna be equal to this one. So keep adding these two to this one and you will keep getting the what exactly we're gonna be filling up. So we have the current count equal to 1, and these are the indices, so we're gonna be putting 1 over here. Then we're gonna add these two with these two. Next x is gonna get added with this one, next y is gonna get added with this one, and then the count is gonna get incremented. So we're gonna be putting 2 here, then we're gonna be putting 3 here. Okay, so so basically what happens is, like, while your count is less than that n cross n, so count is gonna go from 1 to 9. So we are saying while the count is less than equal to this, you are doing that, and this is a condition. If you just ignore it for a second, basically you are incrementing the count and keep going to the right hand direction and keep updating that. but we need a way where we should switch or change the direction. So the base condition for that is going to be that when your next x and next y either becomes 0, right, or becomes the if they become either 0 or becomes the like the n minus 1, basically uh, we need to make sure that they are within the bound. So if any of these things become false, right, what's gonna happen is like we're gonna change the direction. So the next x, if it become like as long as it is greater than equal to 0, meaning it didn't go less than 0, right? So it this is like where it is within bound. If it becomes negative, we need to change the direction. This is the first one. The second one is that if it becomes equal to n, until n minus 1 we are good, but if it becomes equal to n, we're going to change the direction. Same goes with the next of y. If the next of y, this one, is negative or becomes n, we're going to change the direction. And that's what we just said here, that if it is greater than, as long as it is greater than 0, and if it is less than n, you don't need to come here because we are negating that value. The last one is if the value is not 0. Basically it is 0 and then negating that would make it not 0, right? Okay, and if the value is not equal to not 0, result of x of y. Okay, if the value is not equal to 0, meaning what would happen is like you will go here, right? Then you will start going down, right? Then you will start going here, and then you will start going up. When you will hit this one, we are within bound, but we already filled it up, so we need to change the direction again right here. So basically what will happen is like you're going to be filling up 4 and then 5, you will hit the boundary. We will go in that loop, which will change our direction. We'll fill this up 6 and then 7. This will again, we will hit that if statement again, and that will change our direction. We'll start filling it up again on the like going upward, but over here we will not be hitting the we won't be hitting uh, we will not be hitting the boundary, but we have encountered an element whose value is not 0. So that means right here we need to change the direction. So this is going to become a 9, and we will try to change the direction, but the thing is that next time we'll try, even if we try to change the direction, we may come here. But the thing is that because we have reached n cross n, count equals to n, more than n cross n, the count has become 10 now, so we're gonna just go out of the loop. Okay, here is a trick. So we already add the element before the beginning, right? So one thing, when we get into this situation where we wanna change the direction, you just noticed when we were here that I I have already calculated, I've already added that I'm gonna be here, and then I noticed that this value is not 0, so I need to change the direction. First thing you would know, you should notice is that you already added the new next x and next y, new direction to the next x and next y. So the first thing we do is to remove that what we added here. So we remove it and then change the direction and add the new coordinates, or differential coordinates, you can say them, you can call that. So basically you're gonna be removing that, and then again the I basically means that what is the direction. We have 4 directions, right? So we started with the direction 0, that is the 0th element over here of this directions, right? So when we increment it, basically means that we're going to be selecting directions of I. So we're going to be selecting the second element, third element, fourth element. So you're going to keep incrementing it and then take the modulus, because we have to stay, we either have to choose this one, this one, this one, or this one. So when it becomes I equals becomes 5, we're going to go back and choose the same first direction, which is going to the right hand side. That's what's happening. You calculate the I, and then you put it, you uh, you actually select that direction, and then after that, as I said, just what we were doing here, we're going to be adding those two differential coordinates to next x and next y, and that would be it. And then we're going to be returning the result. In terms of complexity, we are going to have like n cross n space and n cross n time. uh, yeah, so n square is the space complexity, and n square is the time complexity. That's all I wanted to cover in this video. Thanks for watching.